Today, I'm doing more experiments with eraser stamps. Some assembly required. Since carving stamps was so fun last week, check out the video if you missed it, I thought I would keep the momentum going and try some different stamping experiments. I will try coloring in a regular inked stamp with watercolor. Ooh, I wonder if I could stamp using watercolor as the ink. I guess I'll put that on my list. I will try making a multicolored stamp with markers, and I'll see if I can transfer text onto a stamp so you don't have to worry about trying to write it backwards, because that seems hard. Those are the ideas I'm starting with, but really, who knows where we'll go from there. Let us begin with watercolor. I made a little citrus stamp which could benefit from some color. I will ink that up and press it onto some watercolor paper. I suppose I should try to use some decent watercolors, so I won't use the cheap IKEA stuff, but I will borrow this lid for later. And its water cup. Now, I will just let this stamp dry. While I wait, I'll just try to clean the ink off the eraser. Stunning, but I don't think there's any residue. Well, the stamp seems dry enough, so here goes. No real plan here, just adding a little paint and seeing if the black ink smears. Ooh, it sure does. Oh, kind of muddy. Not too nice. Definitely the markers work better for adding color to an already stamped stamp. Well, here's a different idea. What if we stamp with the watercolors as the ink? I'll try to make a little puddle here and then dip it and stamp. Oh, yikes. Well, that's not nice. To avoid the weird blending, I'll make up a puddle with just orange. Okay, I'll try to stamp with this instead. Huh. It's, abstract? Alright, that's maybe not a win. I'm not sure that just painting it onto the stamp will be much different, but I might as well give it a try. Oh, I mean, actually, that's not too bad. Still a little bit wet. What if we paint on some clean water to see if we can get it to bleed out into the background? Oops, that's a lot of water. Interesting. I guess the next thing to try is markers. Okay, here goes. Will the ink still be wet enough to print? We'll see. Oh! Hey, it worked! Well, that is definitely the cleanest. Now, how will this work with a little bit of clean water? Maybe it will bleed? I mean, kind of. The marker has earned its place in the Book of Success. Ooh, I thought of one more test for the watercolors. What if we made our own little stamp pad? I'm going to add some watercolor on top of this wet paper towel, and then we'll see what happens. Yeah, good effort, but maybe not for this particular stamp, I think. Maybe a quick try with the tropical stamp, just to see. Pretty light. Kind of a cool rainbow effect, though. I mean, potentially this one's worth a try, depending on what you're looking for. Can you do basically the same thing with markers and a spritz of water? Yep, but it's brighter. Well, that's about all I can think of for color experiments right now. If you have more, put them in the comments. In the meantime, how about some words? I think I have a good way to transfer words to the eraser. We just have to give it a test. We will need paper for drawing, paper to stamp on, a stamp pad, eraser, carving tool, and a pencil. And an idea. I think mine might be too big for this eraser, but we can always pivot. First, I will trace my eraser onto the paper. It doesn't have to be perfectly accurate. I just want to be able to line it up again later. Next, it's time to sketch out your words or whatever else you don't want to print backwards. Yes, this might be very fussy, but I will try anyway. So, my pencil is nice and dark, and hopefully this will transfer to the stamp. Alright, I'll line up the edges and flip it over. And now, ideally, I can just rub on the back and the words will transfer. Yes! Woohoo! Now I'll clean up any of the edges and carve it out. Okay, it seems pretty cut out. Time for a test print. Yay! There's a little static, but it worked. I'll clean it up just a little bit. Take two. Is that worse? I think it might be. Part of the problem is having no border, but I didn't have space for a border, so this is gonna have to do. Okay, you get the idea. Oh, I think I'll color it with markers and stamp it in the book. Ta-da! Ooh, I like that a lot. Well, that answered the questions that I had about eraser stamps. Do you have more? Let me know. What would you do with these stamps? I've thought of greeting cards, note cards, and my little book, but I'm sure there's more than that. What do you think? Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. New videos come out every Saturday, so until the next one, be awesome, and I'll see you then. Bye!